You're listening to the Breadcrumb Mojito podcast, hosted by Connor Whale.
Yeah, let's hook into this. Yeah. Welcome.
Thank you. Awesome, darling.
Would you like a cocktail?
Absolutely. Thank you for having me.
Margarita, Negroni, old fashioned.
Margarita for the Mexican.
Hey, there we go.
Amazing.
Enjoy a beautiful,
Epic.
clarified pineapple chili margarita.
Happy Saturday.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah,
Salud.
a good breakfast.
Yeah, totally.
Yeah.
That chili is beautiful.
Yeah, freezer infusion. So doesn't draw as much of the oils and the heat out.
Yeah.
We always kind of found that hard to gauge what kind of spice level people like. And so the chili's definitely there. You can definitely taste it, and there's that little bit of heat there, but it's not like
It's flavor.
overly pungent.
Yeah, it's more flavor.
Yeah, for sure.
Which
Love
kind
it.
of chili?
Green chili. But I
Nice.
think the boys have moved to red chili.
Nice.
But yeah, welcome. Thank you very much for your time.
Thank you for having me. This
Yeah,
is
excellent.
exciting.
It is exciting.
Yeah.
We should probably put
Yeah.
these microphones on as well. This captures most of the main sound.
Cool.
And so we just talk into that one more than anything. And we got to be somewhat close when we're talking. I've had a few people that kind of chill back, and it's a little bit quiet at times. And so, but yeah, real good. So
Nice.
I tend to start off with how'd you get into hospo?
That's amazing. Oh my gosh.
Yeah, let me get that on there for you. There you go. You're all set, ready to go.
I kind of always wanted to be in the bar.
Yeah,
I wanted to be in the party.
yeah.
Well, like kind of like in the bar, you know, the bar was just like a party for me. Or like, you know, see like all these suits and ties behind the bar. It was just always like drawn into it.
Yeah. You're very
Intense.
much like a host in entertaining people.
Yeah. And I was just like, I want to be behind the bar. I want to be behind the bar. And then, I asked my cousin, my uncle was running, he runs restaurants and he's a sommelier. So I was just like, hey, give me a job, you know? And then I was just, give me a job. I do anything to be in the bar. And then he was just like, nah, you need to know what you're doing to be in the bar. And I was like, I do anything, you know? So then this was a French restaurant in Mexico, and they needed a host because the girl was going to Italy. And then he called me. He was like, hey, do you want to come and do this? And I was like, anything to be close to the bar, you know? So I was doing, I was hosting the restaurant, and I was like super punk, and, you know, I had to like change my style because there was like all this like place, you know? So then I was just like, I do anything. So I was just like, changed my image a bit, you know? And then I did it, and then I met the owners. The owners were like a couple of guys, like crazy French people.
Okay,
Really cool to me. And then I finished my 2 months that I was like just replacing this girl. And then, I was like, Daniel, that's what I want to be. That's what I want to be. Can you please just give me the chance? Like yes. And he was like, oh, Laura, what am I going to do with you? And he said, like, I'll see you on Monday.
Cool.
And, I started as a barback. It was
Yep.
like, you know, then this, I want to learn everything. It was like lots of wine, and I was just so excited. And that was how I started.
Did you have any sort of foundational knowledge? Nah,
Nothing. No, I was just like, I was doing jewelry at the time. That was my living.
Really making jewelry?
Yeah.
Wow, that's quite cool.
It was silver and, you know, like hippie style.
No
That's
shit.
so cool.
So it started in a French restaurant in Mexico as a barback,
Yeah.
and just take it from there.
Yeah.
So,
And then
yeah.
from there, I always loved music, and I always loved the party too. So it kind of like, that was my first experience in the bar. And then couple of guests that they were part of, like they were all the time coming to have dinner there. They invited me to run a place that it's still existing in Mexico City, and it's super cool. It's
Yeah.
like it's it's in town, and it has lots of music and interesting stuff like films and things. And then they, after like 8 months, they invite me to run it.
Yeah, cool.
It's like 1,000 people place.
Wow.
Yeah.
That's a big venue.
It was like a big plan, and I was like, well, I don't know anything about running anything, I just started. But they believe in me, and then they invite me to be part. They were like, just, hey, we want you to do it, we all are starting on this, so we want to be part of the project. And that's how I started running places, basically.
Wow. That's cool.
Yeah.
How old were you at that time?
Wow. It was like probably 20.
Yeah,
Yeah, a long time ago.
Yeah, 20 years old in charge of a 1,000-seater venue.
Yeah.
That's great.
That was just exciting because it was music and theater, and it was just more like a cultural place.
Mm-hmm.
And then gigs and live bands and DJs, and it was so cool. And
Yeah.
that was pretty cool.
Uh-huh.
Yeah.
And so was it, I guess, by the sounds of it, more nightclubby? As opposed to like your spiffy cocktail bar?
Oh, yeah, definitely no cocktail bar.
Yeah.
We had like a big... It was 1 and 2 bars after, but it was just beers and, like vodka sodas, whiskey sodas, all of that kind of stuff.
Yeah.
And then from there, I was like, I'm into cocktails. I want to do cocktails,
So what was the first cocktail? Was it margarita? No?
It's funny because, Mexico is like, it's a classic, margaritas are the classic. But, I suppose margaritas, daiquiris, like that kind of classics. But really, my really beginning to the cocktails was probably my own cocktails.
Okay, yeah.
That was very funny because after being in that place, I was just like more curious of like knowing the bar, and then start to like kind of like get into to go into flavors. I love food. I always love food. So I was just like, okay, oh my God, this is actually a world, It's not what I just expected of like, let's just have fun, It was just more like, flavors and things, and, So then after that, I moved into the cocktail world, like trying to learn more, and then ended up like running a cocktail bar. And then I was just doing my own drinks.
Yeah.
I started like that, really. I was just like mixing things, and that tastes good, and
That's an awesome way of starting.
Yeah.
Just making your own shit, like not even really worrying about having to learn all the foundations type thing. And I think, you having said that you were making jewelry, there's such a creative aspect to that once you get involved in the flavor world, that creativity can transition. And you're just like, I like that and like that. And the energy's already within you to let come out.
I think that
cocktails.
was it, I think like I love this industry because you are creating and then you are with people and at the same time you create experiences for people.
Yeah.
And that's what I love, like just the whole idea of not just the drink. And because I was kind of like, I started doing that, and then that's what I love. Yeah.
Yeah.
It's not just about the drinks. Whole thing, the music, the lighting, this. Yeah, that's so good.
All about the party.
Yeah, and the party, of course. Yeah, I am the party.
Yes, every time I talk to you, you are the life of the party. It's never a boring moment.
No, thanks, darling. Yeah.
Oh, it's always because we've worked together. Be a couple of years now.
Yeah.
From when you started Nightcar, because you opened that. Let me, before we get to things like that, what brought you to New Zealand? Well, when did you leave Mexico and start doing hospitality sort of outside of Mexico?
So I kind of like always, so I've been doing this for a while, but I also started like freelancing in Mexico for a long time ago. And then it became a thing that, or I kind of like needed to, because people was just hiring me to do events. And then they were like, I love this cocktail. Like, can you make a wedding? Can you make like a bar top? like a rooftop party. And
Yeah.
so then I started creating those events, and then I started putting a team together, and I was like, fuck yeah. Do you want a party for how many people? Okay, cool. I put the team on, and then I make the drinks, and then so I started doing that, and then when I came to New Zealand, I already kind of like I came to travel. I came for love. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. Love bring me to New Zealand.
Yeah,
that's it.
the heart wants what the
That's
heart
the
wants.
answer. Yeah. My ex-partner.
Yeah.
No, we're best friends. My best friend.
Yeah, Kiwi.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah.
So we met in Mexico, and then we came here to travel for like almost a year. And then I was like, wow, like New Zealand, it was beautiful. I love my country. So we came to live there for a few years, and then we came back to live here for 2. It's gonna be 15. Yeah, it's like 2 years. It's gonna be 15.
Yeah. Well, I mean, when you find somewhere that just becomes the home away
Yeah.
from home.
And it's like a beautiful community, and especially in this industry, that is something that definitely this industry is not the same in Mexico.
Yeah. Okay.
It's completely different, So then it was for me so beautiful, like so many passionate people and so many like beautiful places, and it was just it just happened.
Yeah.
It was just organically happened, and that's why I'm here.
Yeah, I guess organic is
Yeah.
how the best things happen,
Yeah.
You just get led
Yeah.
and take the opportunities when they arise.
Yeah, totally.
Did it take you very long to get, like, sorted in New Zealand in terms of, like, places to work or establishing sort of what you wanted to do? I guess you already wanted to go down the hospitality route. Still.
Yeah, like I've been, always knowing that I just want to be with creative people. That's my main focus is like beautiful people, and creative people.
Yeah.
I think that's when I'm in,
Yeah. That's
If there is
home.
something, So then when I came here, I was already a freelancer and doing things, but because I don't know many people here, and my partner was like, oh, let's do this. I want to put you in touch with this. Let's do that. And, And my friend, Michael, he took me on not the first night, but like the first week I was here to the best places.
Okay, yeah.
In Auckland. He was like, I'm going to take you to the best places in Auckland, and like all different styles of places, like here, there, And I already knew where I wanted to be part of, So, I came to that place, and then they were like, nah, we're not hiring. I just came to the place to see, and I was just like, oh my God, this place is epic. And I came to the bar, and I was like, hey. I was like, nah. I was like, I'll be back. And I said
I'll be
that,
running this place soon.
And they were like, I'll be back, darling. See you later. And that was the only thing, just be creative. And they called me to open Q Theater. Hillary, was looking for someone, and then was just like, oh yeah, I'm here. Well, they hired my partner. He used to be chef, and then he was there, and then was like, oh, my partner comes from the bar, and then was like, okay, let's have a chat, and then
Perfect.
So that was my Euro was my first place because I just came and then put CVs everywhere.
Yeah.
And then they called me, and I was like, yeah, cool, I go. But then I was just like, thank you. It's just a different environment that for me was just not, not what I wanted to do.
Yeah.
Especially when I was like very free on my choices, then I was just like, oh no, oh no. But I appreciate it because Simon was super nice, and then they have toys in the kitchen, and the chefs were amazing. So I was just like, can I use this machine to do anything? Yes. Can I use this? So they were like just getting the new bar done. And then I had fridges there, and then I was just like, can I use this? And I was like, yeah, totally. So they just let me use the equipment and create and do stuff,
Good way to explore.
That was like, these guys are cool, But I couldn't work there for much,
Yeah.
Because what I was looking for wasn't there. So
I
fair
shared
the time.
Yeah.
And I went to Q.
That would have been quite fun. Busy.
It was amazing.
Yeah. So you jumped into the management side of things real early on.
Yeah.
and have essentially stayed in that management role ever since,
Yeah.
by the sounds of it.
Yeah.
And, like I said before, the first time you and I met was when you were part of opening the nightcar
Yeah.
and doing that sort of little underground spot, which is
It's so cool.
real cool. Yeah. I remember commenting when I first walked in, like how the bar is, like it looks like an old sort of caravan
Like,
sort of
yeah,
cut out, and the
3D.
plush velvet
Yeah.
and long
6
bar.
meters bar.
Yeah, huge
Yeah.
bar,
It's
all
so
lined with
cool,
seats.
Yeah.
It was a great spot. That
Sexy
must have
place.
been an epic undertaking to get open and get running.
Totally. Like I just think like that's kind of like in my career, like I have the pleasure to be part of a lot of openings or like, like starting places that it's so beautiful because it's kind of like understanding what people, what's the idea, what they want to do, how they want to do it, and then for me it's just like helping to make that happen,
Yeah. I guess it feels like a blank canvas.
It is.
And
It
you
is.
just
Yeah.
can set everything up for success.
Totally. Yeah. And I love it because it gets never boring, and then also having to work with ideas that are not mine, and then collaborating with people and then make things that they want happen too.
Yeah.
It just drives me a lot.
Yeah.
It's pretty cool.
It's fun. To be fair, I've seen a lot of your ideas.
Yeah.
You did a champagne flute cocktail down at Nightcar.
Yeah.
And we've only ever done it for you, but the small
little ice.
spears to go in the champagne flute, and that
Look
was
like
just
a quartz.
yeah.
It's like, yeah.
It was a beautiful cocktail. My business partners went there and had it, and
Yeah, I remember
were
them.
amazed.
They're so nice.
And they were stoked because everyone was
Yeah.
wearing Bar Society T-shirts as well
I
that
know,
night.
it was a Friday night.
Yeah.
I love it. Yeah.
Yeah, they were blown away with it. They were raving about it. They were like, "You got to tell her that, like, she's got to bottle that cocktail, and we'll buy it, and everything like this." Like, they were all about it. They absolutely
so
loved it,
nice.
and just seeing the level of creativity come out, which was something that we didn't typically see. We're just selling rocks and cubes and spears to everyone
No, but
else.
it's beautiful because what you do allows to be creative,
Yes, Yep.
and allows to like be like, oh, what am I gonna do? Like the glass that we just have, and it's like, whoa, what are we gonna do with this new glass? And it's like, we need a sphere for this, and we need to put it here because it's part of the beauty that we can create. But the beauty we can make is like, we don't do it ourselves. We do it with other people, to make it beautiful.
Brace yourselves. It's sponsorship time. I know ads can feel like the Broccoli podcast, but today we're talking about the Bar Society, a company I own and operate. So think of it as supporting my broccoli farm. This goes out to all cocktail lovers and hospitality pros. Are you ready to elevate your drinking experience? Introducing the Bar Society, New Zealand's leading clear ice supplier. Whether you're stirring down a classic old-fashioned or crafting the perfect gin and tonic, there's no substitute for crystal clear ice. Not only does our ice look stunning, but it also melts slower, keeping your drinks colder and your flavors perfectly balanced. From home bartenders to high-end establishments, the Bar Society's here to bring your beverages to the next level. Order today and see why we're trusted by the best bars and restaurants in New Zealand. Visit thebarsociety.co.nz and let us transform your drinks. The Bar Society. Elevate your drinking experience. Did you ever do a lot of competitions?
I did in my time.
Yeah.
So I actually was like, when I started to like doing these cocktails and like be like, oh my God, I need to learn, and I went to the first school in Mexico City,
Okay.
like the first generation for this school that was like, like International Bartender Association group and all of that, and have amazing teachers and like amazing Argentinian teacher, and then they teach you flair that obviously I'm what, like none of that, Linda.
Yeah.
It's
Flair is a whole different beast.
and yeah, it's like no Cirque du Soleil, darling, for me. You know, I couldn't feel like that because I wasn't good at it either, you know. But working Flair was beautiful, and like certain things that I could could take. It's like religions, you know.
Yeah,
Like,
yeah.
I like this from you, I like this from you, and then just I've been learning from everyone, you know, in my life. And the things that I was like resonate with me, I just keep them. But then definitely that was like just very cool because it just gives me the opportunity to learn from someone in a professional level that I was like, oh, I love this, you know. So then I start doing competitions after that, and it was like really cool. Like I actually won one that I was representing my country in Cuba for Havana Club.
Oh, nice.
That was so
Yeah.
cool with like a bunch of other people, and it was just like this, you know, like the creativity part and the competitive side. That it was just like you realize that it's not just the competition. It was just like being together with a lot of people that they were like in the same mindset and creative, and it was just like so cool, you know. But then it wasn't really my thing, you know. Like I just everyone has their own thing, you know. But like, what did you like to be doing? What you do, and then yeah, I did a few, and I judged a few, and yeah, it was cool, you know.
Yeah, I can imagine.
Yeah.
And yeah, like just being in the being in the environment filled with a lot of creative people and like almost more of a you know, if winning the competition isn't the big goal,
Yeah.
but being involved with the network of people was more important.
Oh, like, but also the cocktails, like, my first cocktails was so complicated. I remember one that was like 10 ingredients, you know, like you get nervous and then you can like, and then you're like, the things that you never do or the mistakes that you never do, it happens the moment, you know, you're like, oh yeah, I got this. I was like, it's so funny. I love it. Yeah. I love
Yeah,
it.
well, that's a very
Yeah.
interesting point. You get to learn so much from other people, but yeah, in the nerve-wracking times, you make things, and you know, you're saying that it was overcomplicated and there were 10 different ingredients type thing. You know, what are the key things that you've learnt that have refined how you make cocktails now?
I think like now I just learned that who's the cocktail for, or like where am I to do this cocktail? You know, like it's the purpose of the drink. You know, the place, the time that you have. Like, you know, you can spend a lot of time making a beautiful cocktail, and it's okay, but it depends.
Yeah,
It's
yeah.
the-
But
it's
you're in
about
a
the
nightclub
purpose.
and you're 10 people deep, you know?
And then you have to make, and you can do those 10 ingredients, you know, if they taste good. But then, yeah, I think like bold flavors, I'm Mexican, so I use always like crazy
Yeah.
flavors.
Yeah,
Or
yeah, yeah.
not crazy anymore, but yeah, I love infusions. And then pretty much like what I do, I used to start doing it because I was like, what happens?
Yeah,
You know, and
yeah.
what happens with this and what happened with that, and I start experiencing, and I learned from a lot of people. But yeah, that was kind of like my beginnings of like, yeah, let's do this, you know, and yeah, it's just about the purpose of the drink. But yeah, definitely a little bit more. I would not say simple, but cleaner.
Yeah, yeah.
You know, like more refined flavors.
Yes,
In a way,
yeah.
but yeah, I still love the bold and the spicy. Like this is beautiful, you know. And then this is like, oh, it's perfect. Yeah, but like yeah, bold flavors and yeah, just weird things in it.
Yeah, yeah. And I guess, you know, by the sounds of it, your style of how you got into cocktails and making your own, coming up with crazy bold flavors and massive amounts of ingredients and things like that, you probably stumble upon a lot of happy mistakes.
Yeah.
Like you accidentally put something together that you're like, oh, that was meant to go in, and then you taste it and you're like, that actually tastes quite good.
Yeah,
You know,
totally.
like a lot of things you just, you trip over them and
Yeah.
they seem to work, and it's sort of a education on the job.
Yeah, and I think it's like if you don't try, then you don't know what happens. You know, like I mean, like right now we have so much information around, and then it's like, and a lot of people, you know, like accessibility to learn different things. But in my time, that didn't exist.
Yeah.
I started making pre-batches like a long time ago because I had to make drinks for like 500 people.
Yeah.
And then I was like, well, I'm not gonna be shaking a drink, you know. It's like, and also I believe that, you know, like that figure of the bartender is just like the star of the show. I was like, it's okay to be, you know, you have to, you know,
Yeah.
in a way to be like the person who's like drawing people. But I think like it's you can do it with other things. I was like, I'm not gonna be shaking there just to be cool.
Yeah,
Like
yeah.
how many hundreds of drinks? I was like, no, I was gonna make them ready and then be, you know, like flawless operations and
Yeah.
everyone is happy
Yeah.
and then the party's for the people, you know. So we
Yeah.
just need to provide a service and then that's it, you know.
Yeah.
And that's the start. If everyone is happy and everyone has a drink on time.
Yeah.
So that's how I started pre-batching. Because I was like, I don't know.
Yeah. 500
You can-
espresso martinis.
At Q Theater, we did that. We
Yeah.
have like not a small cocktail list, and it was intermission, and everyone was shaking cocktails.
Yeah.
And we did hundreds of cocktails, and it was just like. And I love that. I love that rush. I love being busy. I love that, you know. But when it is like over the top, it's just you can't do it.
Yeah,
So yeah, learning from experience and some mistakes and some like things that they will. Oh, this worked. This definitely. Don't do it again. don't touch that bottle.
Yeah, I think we all have a couple of those
Yeah.
sort of things. I remember one of the first drinks I ever tried to make, like create myself.
Yeah.
You know, typical. I call them bartender drinks.
Yeah.
Boozy, bitter, and normally brown. You know, like I'm like Amaro
BBB.
Montenegro, some rye whiskey, some Chinar, like, you know, and you're like, oh yeah, need some chocolate bitters, you know, like it's all brown, it's all boozy, and it's all bitter as fuck. And I served it to a lady. She was just like, what are you making now? I was like, this is my own creation. And, you know, like you're saying, the host of the party, I was bringing that energy.
Yeah.
So whether they were going to like the drink or not, they felt like supporting me and buying that drink. And she brought it and did not like it.
Yeah.
And I was just like, fair enough. You know, like it took me a couple of years to learn like where I'm going wrong. But you can't just mix shit.
Yeah,
and it
totally.
works.
Yeah.
You kind of gotta, like you say, have a goal of what that drink is trying to achieve.
Yeah.
Is it a summery day?
Totally. Everything, like I love everything. It's like, what's my favorite? And people laugh about me because I'm always have my favorites. Like,
Yeah.
you have too many favorites. Like, yeah, I have a favorite. It's a new favorite all the time.
Yeah.
But it's like, it's how you feel. It's like, what's happening. It's like, you want something different all the time.
Yeah.
You know? So
Yeah, exactly. Like, you know, a cold night, you might want a red wine, you know, or an old fashioned. But then when you're sitting out at the sun having lunchtime cocktails, it might be a mimosa, you know, like things for the occasion. And I think there's a lot of less now, but probably more like when I started in cocktails, sort of, you know, between 2010, 2020 type thing. The bartenders just wanted to create their own drinks that they thought tasted good, as opposed maybe I didn't read the room as much and think about the venue and what the clientele was going to be drinking.
That, you know, I think like it's a human response to like being excited about being wherever you are and then just be like, I'm gonna do this, you know?
Yeah.
And it starts with like, remember the first like syrups or juices I used, you know? It's like, now I'm like, oh my God, I will not touch that brand, you know? But at that time I was just so excited and then tastes good.
Yeah.
Because it was just like, you know, it's what you have and then you start working with wherever it's around, you know? And I think that that's my part of it, like, well, now I just, you know, having the knowledge of brands, so like, you know, like flavor is a thing that you have it or not.
Yeah.
That's also a thing, you know, because you can have technicalities, but then if you don't have the flavor, and also my ex-partner teaches me something amazing.
Okay.
Everything same color matches.
Okay. Yep.
And it
Yep.
does. I was like, nah, you're crazy.
Yeah.
And it does.
Mm-hmm.
If you put like a spirits with certain things that are like color-wise and same base on ingredients and things, it does.
Yeah,
It
yeah,
does
yeah.
match.
I can,
It's really cool.
I can vibe with that. In terms, you think your strawberries and your raspberries and your red apples and things like that. They
Yeah.
do tend to make nice a bit of
Like
rose.
combo, yeah, totally, yeah.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
Elevates a little bit here and there, but like, yeah, same colors matches.
Yeah, and I guess that if I think about that from like a biological perspective,
Yeah.
any sort of fruits or herbs and things like that have grown, they've grown to adapt and make that color to be attractive for a specific reason. And so if they've all adapted to be red or be green or be white, they've done it because they're trying to attract the same, maybe pollinators, maybe same types of bugs or
Yeah.
same types of birds and things like this. So I
I
think
never
that
thought of it
makes,
that way, but that makes sense too. That's beautiful.
yeah, yeah, yeah. I like that. I've never heard it put so simply, and so I appreciate that. Yeah,
That's
yeah,
really
yeah.
cool.
The same colors go together. I'm gonna have
It
to
does,
think
yeah.
about that because I mean, you think like mojito,
Yeah.
lime, mint,
Yeah.
green on green.
Green on green, what is spirit? Yeah.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
Yes.
Perfect. Love it. Yeah, yeah. That's a very,
Yeah.
very simple way of dealing with it. And yeah, like white spirits are just easy to work with because they're interchangeable.
Yeah.
Vodka can go with fucking anything. And
Totally.
people nowadays with gins put every different flavor.
I know,
Inside
it's
of a gin.
crazy. Like our industry is so vast and so beautiful, and it's so many products. It's like, it's insane. It's like this is why it's like, I kind of didn't focus anymore into like making just the cocktails because I was just like, everyone is so talented.
Yeah.
It's not about who's the best. It's about like everyone is to show different skills. You
Yeah.
know, like everyone around me is like, you're so talented. I mean, like you're an incredible mixologist. Like the things that you become with like your brands and things is like it's a thought behind it. It's like we have like a beautiful industry. And everyone is so talented.
Yeah.
In a different way, they have their own style, they have their own flavors, and that's beautiful.
Yeah.
I think like it's just amazing.
Yeah.
And generations change, but also they bring their own styles.
Yeah.
Like New Zealand, like Mexico, Mexico is beautiful. They have like incredible flavors on that, but I think. Like from when I started doing, like bar stuff, obviously everyone has their own journey, but then after that, I mean, we have incredible cocktail bars, and then the classics start coming in, and I think like the fact of like people teach differently, about like, okay, these are the classics, this is the structure, it's like, it just makes a difference of learning. I mean, I love my experience, because it was wild.
Yeah.
However, it's like, it's really cool when you come into a bar and it's like, hey, this is the tools.
Yeah.
These are the classics, because then it's now what I do.
Yeah.
It's like, if I teach you that, then you can do whatever you want, but you have a structure.
Yeah.
Then you're not like, this way, it's like,
Yeah.
It's like, you have, you can do whatever, but then if you have a structure, then you just can do millions of those.
Yeah, exactly. And
Yeah.
like when, as you say, when you start being at the first bar school and sort of things like that, there's so many unknowns at that point. And so it might take you, a year or two to even realize that there is a basic structure to building the cocktails. And so nowadays, being able to start your junior bartenders off with knowing that structure, you've already leaped them 2 years ahead.
Yeah.
Than if they had started on their own just making shit,
Yeah, totally.
And so it's all about that sort of pass it forward and help the next generation build it a little bit more. And
you cut like so much time that they don't need to waste or like try and or like make the same mistakes. You're just like, hey, here we go. This is the tip, and then
yeah.
And
The
I
Holy
think-
Trinity, your sugar, citrus, spirit,
Yeah.
cool. There we go. That's
totally like just try this or like do this or no, this will be easier. It's
Yeah.
like I think like that makes me really happy because I remember I was invited one day to we have a cordon bleu in Mexico, and then I went to do a couple of classes there, and which people just invited me because they just were like, oh yeah, come. And then I was like, oh, me teaching. I was like, no. Like, what are you talking about, you know? And then, but then you realize that through the years, it's like right now, it's like, I just love that. And I just love that, not necessarily like in a professional environment, because I will not. It's just more about like with the people that you are like, building or like sharing some time, and then it's just like, hey, like, here we go, and then it's beautiful.
Yeah,
It's
yeah.
beautiful.
And
I
getting to
love
watch
that.
them then grow and
I know.
flourish their own careers.
If
And
I see if I can think about how many kids I have right now, I call them my kids, and I have so many. But it's beautiful, you see them succeed in a way like, oh, this guy, amazing,
yeah, yeah, and just being sort of blessed enough to be a part of the opportunity to be involved in their
Yeah.
evolution and growth. And
Yeah, and that makes me super proud, like I'm just like, oh my god, yeah. Yeah, I love that. I love that. So
Yeah.
that makes me super happy.
I've always enjoyed the teaching aspect of things. I always sort of, when I was in bars, my philosophy was always, my job
Yeah.
is to make the staff better than what I am. Because if I've acquired so much knowledge over 10 years of bartending,
Yeah.
I want them to learn that in 5.
Oh, absolutely.
And so they have another 5 years to just take it a step further
Yeah.
than I ever could.
Yeah.
And I mean, that's just how the industry grows. I mean, like, I think about simple things, sugar. We used to muddle sugar into lemons and limes, and now we have sugar syrup.
Yeah.
And it's just a very minor transition,
Yeah.
but it speeds up service, it makes consistency better. And all of these little tips and tricks, pre-batching,
Yeah.
have been learnt from people trying different things for years and years and years.
Yeah.
And now bartending's definitely coming into, especially the cocktail side of thing, coming into an era where people are doing things that we never would have thought of,
Yeah.
15 years ago.
Oh, totally. And I've been also, well, I laugh about the highballs because
Okay.
there's a thing, like everyone now comes into a bar and is like, oh, can I have a highball? And it's like, well, that thing, it was like a vodka sold in Mexico forever.
Yeah.
And then it makes me laugh because now it's like, I can see the trends that are happening and also see the trends in New Zealand compared to other parts of the world.
Yeah.
How in some things, well, things politics are like that. It's just like we're a bubble in there.
Yeah.
But it's happening. And then now everyone is like, oh, can I have a highball? I was like, yeah, it's like that's just like such a simple drink that everyone used to drink years ago in Mexico, for example,
Yeah. Yeah.
And but then in other aspects, it's we have all these like beautiful products that also like your eyes, like parched. They just provide you like with products that like you don't. It's cool to experiment, and then I did my like you did your things.
Yeah,
and
I got
then
my
you did your eyes,
dehydrator
and, like,
set up with all this, and
it's just like it's great to do it. But also once that you pass that line, and when you are talking about production and creating, systems for a place, and then to make everything like, sustainable and also consistent.
Yeah.
Then that's when you're like, oh, thanks, you exist.
Yeah.
Yeah. So then it's great, and I think New Zealand had like great collaborations too.
Yeah.
People is happy to collaborate, and like, and it's pretty cool.
Yeah, I totally agree. I think like the hospitality industry as a whole is very very collaboration focused, and everyone likes sharing. But when you get down to a small community like New Zealand, we've got a lot of locals that have been local forever, and then we've got some people that have done a stint in Australia and learnt some tactics that kind of get used there, and then like yourself, like some things from Mexico, and then you got some people that have been in Europe and they've learnt some things. And I thought COVID was a really great thing for hospitality because it brought a lot of Kiwis back to New Zealand.
Yeah.
And there was a good exchange of sort of knowledge and information while we're all figuring out what the fuck's going on with the world,
Yeah.
you know?
Yeah.
And so so many people that had left had come back,
Yeah.
and just a wealth of knowledge came back with those people.
Yeah.
And so much information got shared. I mean, you look at like Mikey Ball, you know, all the things that
know.
he's doing at the
His
moment.
products are amazing.
Yeah, like
it's like so nice to see, you know. I remember Mikey came when I was part of Golden Dawn, and he came to New Zealand. It was friends of Nick and Big Papa, and then he came to do a master class, and then I was like, I love this guy, and then his master class was about like cocktails and the creative side of these things and that, and I was like, I love this guy, you know, and then like the things that he has been doing is like they are amazing, you know, and like his new products are like so good, and the process is just like you're trying one thing, and this is what I think is so important to have that story where we were talking about before, the story behind it, because you can try and it's never going to be the same if someone is there explaining you what it is. Where he was trying, like, it's like, oh yeah, and then we do like a wash coconut and this and that, and then just see all the process that it goes into it, and then now it makes sense. You can feel, you know, all that process or all the ingredients or all the things that are happening, instead of you just try it by yourself and then just be like, oh yeah, this is amazing. It doesn't stop being amazing, but it's just outstanding, you know. It just has a meaning, you know, a story. So yeah, I love that.
Yeah, I totally agree with that. I always find that when you get the story along with the product, it makes the product so much easier to understand and relate.
And it's about the people.
Yeah.
For me, I think like everything in life is about people. It just makes sense. Adds the value into it, because there's so many things out there, but people makes the difference in the products or in anything, you know.
Yeah, I totally agree with that. Totally agree. Now, you were very kind enough to allow me to use the Nightcar space a while back when I was interviewed for a podcast. Talking about the ice. And you and I ended up having a really good chat after doing that. Yeah. And you told me about when you used to do cocktails on a radio show.
Yeah.
I want to hear more about that. How did you get involved in the radio show, and how did that go?
So cool. So I came to New Zealand to live, and then Kirk was introducing me with people that he knew that it was at BFM, 95 BFM, and I was like, yeah, cool, you know, like music, people, DJs, you know, like, so I started like getting to know people from the music industry, and then I was like, oh, it's super cool, and then he was like, oh, you should be doing Cocktail Corner, and then I was like, yeah, and then, but then I didn't have idea what Cocktail Corner was, and then he was like, no, it's a show on the radio, on the drive, and then I was just like, oh, super excited. So it was the first time that they sponsor, you know, like theater sponsors the show. So it was like, it's still a spot on 420 on BFM, and then it's Cocktail Corner. But when I came in, I was just, at that time, I was just like I had like faces of different clothing.
The bright fluoro camo jacket that you walked in this morning, I was like, yeah, that's on point.
So I was like, yeah, it had like a face of like having ties and waistcoats, and I love that, you know. Yeah. So, oh, by the way, full of bitters. I love it. Just go home, there's little bitters everywhere. But so I came and I was just like very excited, and I went to the radio, and then I was like, all glasses, all of that, and then I was like, I come to look for the professor, and then because that's his name, Professor, and then the professor came, and then he's like, it's a massive, tall guy, you know, big, long hair, like super rocker, full of rings, big hands. He's like, I'm the professor. And I'm like, cool, dude. So then that was like my first interaction, and with, it was Max at the time. And actually, I saw him a few weeks ago. And then so I just came to the radio station, and it was like, okay, we're going to do cocktails. But this part of the radio, like this show was just like them making, having fun and then doing things. So when I came on board, I was just like, oh, I'm gonna make cocktails. And I was just like on the radio, like just dialing in everyone and then just talking and, just explaining how the cocktail was and blah, blah, blah. And then that's how I started. And that was a long time ago. So then, that kind of like evolved into just making more drinks, but then making collaborations with brands.
Yeah.
And then
So that helped put you in touch with a lot of different brands?
I was already kind of like, because I was setting up the bar, so I have to start meeting people to get, to have certain products and things. So that's how I started to connect with people in the industry. And then and then the radio definitely, like put you out there and it's so powerful. Like radio is powerful, and especially I love BFM because it's an independent radio station, so everyone there, the music is, everything is just different and it's cool, and it keeps like all the new generations are now, it's like they all change. Now it's like super young new people and always like people that cares about like music and, it's the love for it. So that's really cool. So that's how it started.
When you told me about that, I was like, because you made the suggestion to me, you're like, you should like do the cocktail corner or something like that.
And we will. And we will, darling.
Hey, I'm interested in looking down that path. But I just thought that would be such a cool little experience that like I never even knew existed. Like I'd seen people, you have like chefs on like the morning shows,
I did cocktails on the morning
shows. I'm just like, that's making cocktails. And through radio, because it's not visual.
I love that. On TV, I'm not good.
Yeah, okay.
It's like videos like makes me very nervous. Like, now I'm nervous. But when it's radio, it's like no one is seeing you. You just like, you just talk shit. And I think it makes you... it almost makes you give better explanations of things because you realize whoever's listening to it can't see what's going on as well. Yeah, that's true. I was just like, I open a can and it's like, it's making noises and it's like, or like the eyes, the sounds. I'm totally like sounds and I was just like steering the eyes and then just the eyes are like, or pouring it. I play with that a lot because I like it because you don't see it.
Exactly. Engaging the customer or the listener through just the sound effects, and it's almost like the ASMR type element, and everyone loves
I
that
love
shit.
it. And people just like recognize me because of my darling. I remember one day I was like somewhere and I was like, hey darling, I say someone was like, oh, do you do that? I was like, oh yeah, that's it. But that is interesting because so I was there like doing this because I was sponsored by someone, so then I started doing it. And then later on, I had the opportunity to do it. And then I was like, well, I don't have the money to do it. And I also don't want to ask for less money because the idea is to support the radio station,
Yes.
So then I asked different brands to collaborate and then do it for a certain time. And that it happened. And it was really cool because that opened the doors for other people to do more.
Okay.
But because of that, I was like, well, I already been in there. It's kind of like I want now other people to experience it. So just before COVID, I went to the KBA, the K-Road Business Association, and I was like, hey, I have this project of like everyone in K-Road because they are like an amazing community. They really promote businesses there and like are really involved like more than any other neighborhood I see.
Okay.
So then I was like, hey, let's just put all the bars together and then I talked to these brands and then let's just bring everyone from every bar to go to the radio. So they experience that and then they go there and then that was happening.
Yeah, amazing.
And then a few bars went there and then the idea was like, it doesn't matter, like I can tell you what you need to do and like I can shadow you there in whatever you need, but then it's you going and then you having fun and talk about your business and and was sponsored.
Yeah.
And a few brands like jump on board and even Rebecca from Odyssey Wines, I was like, darling, that's okay, I give you some money, I was like, darlings, it was just like so beautiful. And I love that. So Yeah, that's what I said. Sometimes I talk about things that they will not happen straight away, but I know
Yeah.
will happen.
Yeah,
And
yeah.
then like
Planting the seed for the future, you know?
totally.
Best
And
time to plant a tree was 20 years ago type thing, so...
so then I was just like, okay, cool, let's just do it. But I think like those things will be amazing.
Yeah.
You know, for everyone to just come and talk and experience that, and then also, you know, talk about what you're doing, about your business or about your brands, and then I think that's really cool. You know.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I totally agree with that. I think like you know, especially hospitality's had some rough years
Oh, totally.
lately, and there isn't a lot of publicity
Yeah.
around New Zealand hospitality unless a new venue opens and someone writes an article about that venue and it's up for a week and then it's old news again.
Yeah.
And they move on to the next thing. So there's nothing continuous. There's nothing really
Yeah.
getting it out there. But you look at, you know, multiple other businesses around the city that aren't hospitality. They're always pushing stuff, you know.
Totally.
And so we've got to kind
That's
of
true.
get on board and start promoting it and just encouraging the general public to go out and do so. You know, now that I'm sort of thinking out loud, you know, there's a lot of people that do apps
Yeah.
to try and it's hospitality focused, but it's not actually really helping hospitality. I think of things like, is it First Table?
Yeah.
You know, First Table was great because they're a business and they're trying to make money and they are sending people, they're getting people accessing through their app and they're sending people to restaurants. But then it's all 50%. And so the restaurant,
restaurants are not really
they don't get
it's
anything
not
out of it.
It's sustainable. Yeah.
And so it feels like the app is taking advantage of hospitality because we've been having some rougher times. That if we can establish something where, yeah, the hospitality community is going and doing things like radio shows and doing things like the podcast, and everyone gets to promote their own brands and do
Totally.
their own alternative things. You got like Igor with Bayside Rum, and now he's got his new Big Dill pickle gin and things like.
Yeah.
We've all got other things going on
Yeah.
that the more we can get there in front of the public eye, the more public will just want to support hospitality instead of going somewhere because it's half price. And then, I mean, that's how you keep something fucking healthy, isn't it?
And I think like that's very interesting that you are like saying this, because it's not about doing cheap things.
Nah.
It's you can't be sustainable either, because everything costs and costs lots.
Yeah,
No,
yeah,
it's
yeah.
not lots, but like for everyone, producers producing something, it takes time and it costs.
Yeah.
And yeah, like I think like I was doing $25 drinks 12 years ago. So having $25 drinks today,
Nothing's changed.
it's not bad, you know.
Yeah.
So
But the produce
not-
has gone up.
Yeah.
And so the margin on those drinks is less.
totally. So then we're like, I think it's more about the respect that people has for like your venues or your product, and it's like, yeah, I want to pay this, I want to buy this, I choose this brand, or I choose this
Yeah.
company, or I choose this because I want something that has that value, and then I think people respect that, you know.
Yeah.
It's like having like some. That's what I talk about. You know, like my staff right now. It's like, hey, we need to care about this. How we clean a bottle. It's simple as that. And then people is just like, oh, no. It's like, you know, if it's not properly done, people is, you know, trusting that your product, your final product that you put at the end of the day on the table, it's beautiful.
Yep.
And it is perfect for them. So then it's like we have to look into every detail about the production part, because people care.
Yeah.
And we want to provide something beautiful, you know. So that it's all time. It's about care, and then people is willing to actually support instead of paying. People will pay.
Yeah.
There's some people that will pay, but I think like a lot of people come and support. That's a different story.
Yeah.
Because support and paying, they are hand but they are different
They're
things,
different.
you know.
Yeah.
Like when you don't care about what you are paying, then that's a different thing.
Yeah.
But a lot of people supports cocktail bars.
Yeah.
You know, a lot of people is like full of like mixologists. because they come and then they finish work and then they come to see you because they want a cocktail from you, you know.
Yeah. I mean, how
Yeah.
you would have experienced this a lot through your career, but how many customers have followed you to different venues and restaurants, you know, because
That is beautiful.
it's not just because they're going to get a drink, it's because they support you.
Yeah.
And, you know, you give them a sense of, you know, welcoming, you know,
Totally.
hospitality. It's, they go and they follow the people that make them feel the most welcome,
Yeah.
you
Totally.
know. They're not just going out because, anywhere sells beer.
Totally. Yeah.
They could go anywhere,
Yeah.
but they go to that one spot all the time because the bartender makes them feel a certain way.
Absolutely.
Or you know, and nowadays it's more the venue as a collective whole. You know,
Yeah.
the wait staff are amazing, the bar staff are amazing. You know, I
Yeah,
see
it's
that
like
the boss is
closer-
there.
yeah.
You know, he's helping and willing to pitch in and do dishes if they
Yeah.
need to be done. It's all
Totally.
you know, all hands on deck sort of attitude.
Absolutely. And it's just so beautiful to see that. You know, like I love it. Yeah.
Yeah.
I love it. Yeah,
That's great.
It's so cool. I didn't used to like the word hospo,
Okay.
and I think I didn't like it because of what I perceive about like hospo was just like, oh, I don't like that word, and I used to say I don't like that word, you know, and then I think like with the years, through the years, I just been like, okay, why didn't like it, you know, or like, but because I didn't think that everyone was actually
Hospitable.
hospitable, you know,
Yeah.
and then now it's like, well, obviously, if we're part of this industry, we need to fix certain things
Yeah.
to actually be proud of being part of this
Yeah.
hospitality industry. 'Cause I didn't used to like it. I never used it, and then when people say it, I was like, ugh. And it was like, wow.
That makes-
now that I think about it, when you say it, it's like, wow. It makes sense. For me, it makes sense of like what I was experiencing in certain times with like, and then now, yeah.
Yeah, totally. I mean, it's hard. I think that a lot of people that end up in hospo, there's two types of people. There's the public perception of people that are just at university and need a job
Yeah, totally.
until they find their career.
Yeah.
And then you've got people that really genuinely want to do things
Wants
for other
to do.
people and
Yeah.
offer service and make people happy
Yeah.
type thing. And I think that there's specific certain personality traits that lend themselves to each area. And
Yeah.
the people that are just in it for, you know, a short time until they move on to what they, you can spot them
Oh,
pretty early
totally.
on, and you can spot the ones that think that's going to be their path, but they're the
Absolutely.
hospitality people that are going
Yeah.
to stay in it for the long haul.
Totally. And then now, you know, it's like, it's funny because when I see that, I'm actually so honest with them, and I'm like, actually, it's gonna change your life.
Yeah.
Because this, or it's gonna destroy it. So you need to get out of it. No, I do tell people like it's not a good time for your life. This is not gonna make you any good.
Yeah.
Or you love it, or like you just like uni. Yes, okay, you like this. Okay, perfect. This is gonna be great for you. It's gonna make you or more confident or more out there, you know, or like whatever is gonna help you in your life, because it's just not like we're like, I don't believe in serving drinks.
Yeah.
I'm like catching up with people, you know.
Yeah,
It's like it's just I'm having fun, you know. If you don't have fun in this industry, dude, do something else because something is wrong.
Yeah.
That's simple as that, you
Yeah.
know. It's in any. I mean, I'm not talking about like 7 a.m. cafes. It's a different story. I'm not. I couldn't never ever. I respect them so much. It's like I can't do that.
Yeah. It's a different type of
It's a
hospitality.
different type of hospitality, yeah. But you know, if you're in a bar and then you're like, you know, you need to love it.
Yeah.
Or you are in the path of doing something else, but you are enjoying it at least. But yeah, if it is not going to be good for you, then
Yeah.
just look for other kind of things in the meantime that you are studying or something. I tell people that sometimes because
Yeah, there is a I've always kind of thought that anyone that really is gonna like dig in and be, you know, in that bar and service world for their life, there's an element of sort of openness that they naturally have, and they don't mind sort of okay, we're being a little bit vulnerable and having open conversations with customers and things like that. And that openness gives you, I think, an ability to build relationships
That's it.
a lot better.
Totally.
And when you get value yourself out of building those relationships with people, that kind of really like the sort of hospitality mentality.
Totally. Because it's also not just creating those experiences for your guests, you know. It's about for your staff.
Yeah.
It's about making sure I'm happy when like people come to work and then they're happier when they go home than when they arrive.
Yeah.
Or you
yeah.
know that it is a truly family situation going on at work and like people know each other and then you are there to like, you know, support each other or, you know, like it's not just the people that come to your place. It starts from the people is in your place,
Yes,
you know?
yeah.
And I think that's like, yeah, that's the beauty. And then vulnerable is a beautiful word too. Yeah. Because we have to, I mean, it's part of what we do.
Yep.
Just being like, I'm just here. Hello, hola. yeah, that's so cool.
Yeah, there's a talking to Emma Dean earlier. You know, we kind of a little bit similar in terms of like we grew up doing like drama and hospitality. Drama and theatre, and ended up in hospitality. And there you go, your drama and theatre as well.
That's my thing. I
And
love that.
you hear the sort of cliche about people in Hollywood.
Yeah.
You know, they moved there to be an actor and they ended up working in hospitality. It's like, you know, it is. There is a certain type of person that has the performance in their DNA.
Oh, you totally. You have to run the show.
Exactly. And so
totally.
that, you know, for people working, bars and restaurants, like, it is a performance.
Totally.
And there's a...
You need to like people too. You know?
Yeah, you have to like people. You have to be able to engage and build relationships and...
Talk shit and like...
Yeah.
It's like, you know, like... I am like, it's so funny. Yesterday I saw this couple, they now are married. And then there's other ones, you know, around that are just like, you know, that was like, hey, what would you like to drink, you know? And then it just happens like that. And I just say always to people, it's like, hey, have fun, go out there, meet someone.
Yeah.
They will be your friends. Like, it's not about like you're looking for it. It's like that just happens, you know? And then that like suddenly it's like, oh, I know you how many years ago? Or I'm married because I met you in a bar. Or like, you know? It's just so nice. Like, it happens. It's
For sure.
our life. It's so cool.
Yeah, definitely. I think a big thing of the sort of theatre aspect is, you know, you might agree with me on this. Actors and performers are very observant, and they watch other people because ultimately you have to become a character if you were going to be performing, and so we're very observant people, and so there's a really strong unquantifiable ability to kind of read the room. You know, when you approach a customer, see if they're having a good day or a bad day, and be able to kind of figure it out really quickly so you can engage to them on the right level. You know, like maybe you see someone that really just wants to have a bit of a quiet time and have a quiet beer. And you can understand that you're not trying to force your conversation on them.
Yeah, that's so cool. Yeah,
and then
that's
other
true,
people want to chat. And you can easily notice that, whereas, you know, people that maybe choose other careers that don't have that performance aspect inside them struggle to read the room a little bit and find out how to mesh and gel with people and build those relationships. And so I think that's sort of like a core skill that comes with people that are meant to be like, you know, hospo professionals.
I love it. Yeah, I never put it in a way, but that's totally true. Yeah, it is.
Yeah, I've only just kind of thinking about it then, I was like, there has to be something about it.
It is. It's very cool.
Draws us to those specific sort of career paths.
Yeah, because it's also like, you know, I love every project because every project is different, right? But when I'm like for a longer time in some projects, it's because that involves show, involves music, involves It's a lot of things that are part of it, and at the end of the night, it needs to be a showtime.
Yeah.
And then I love not from my side. It's just a general thing.
Yeah,
It's like
yeah.
it's something that I'm gonna be loving it all night,
Yeah.
and it's never gonna be repetitive. It's not gonna be that all the time or the same.
Yeah.
So then that excites me.
Yeah.
So yeah, it's showtime.
It is showtime. Yeah. I
Yeah.
mean, like, you know, the bar is the stage.
Yeah, but then also it's like, you know, when I started doing my parties, like from like curating music and stuff, I was like, what do I want to, like, you know, it's like thinking about like what's my slogan, you know, what's my name gonna be, and then yeah, it was just so simple, art, music, people.
Yeah.
But then when I was like thinking about people, it's because people is very important to me. But then I was just like, well, but then what I do in the party, you know, obviously art is there, obviously in different forms, music obviously. But then the people, I was like, well, this sounds a little bit vague for me to just like people, you know, beautiful people, like, you know, it's just like, now I was like, people is show. And that's when I was just like, this is exactly what I know what I want to do, you know? And it was about performance. It's about like having something that it is very weird and rare, like, you know, you're like sitting down here and someone comes and dance to you, or like, you know, it's like a rabbit in the corner, or just something that it is like, what the fuck is this? And then it's just about show. It's performance. It's like, it's that live, you know, like live music and theater and dance and whatever it is. It's just like, it's something there that it is. You can see it, you know. You can see the people. You can feel it. That is just for me amazing.
Yeah. I love that when you see someone doing their thing and you can feel the vibe that they're putting off. They just, you know, high vibration, you know, the energy's big and it draws you in, and you could really happily just sit there and observe them for an hour and just watch them in their element and appreciate that, and, you know, be consumed by the performance. I mean, that's what any good performer does, right? Is they draw people in and capture their attention.
And you're in the bar, you are always in the best place.
Yeah, exactly.
You know, you're the best spectator.
Yeah.
Because you're like just there and you're in control of everything. You're in control of your areas, you know, but like you're just like be able to see everything, you know, to enjoy everything. It's so cool.
Yeah. And there's that, you know, maybe 50% of it that's rehearsed, which is the how to shake, how to build the drink, how to pour it in a glass. And there's the other 50%, which is all improvised. And that's the, hey, how are you doing? You know, oh, darling, you know, like.
That's just like, it's just so funny because, you know, yesterday I have Mia, we have a new staff, and she's just passionate. Just like passionate and just, you can see that it's something that she wants to do, you know. And now it just takes me 5 minutes to know if someone will have certain skills than others, you know. Not meaning it's good or not. It's just like, which skills do you have, you know, and where can you fit on. But yeah, then I observed her in the first night. I was like, yeah, that would be great, you know. So then it was for her first day yesterday. And it was just like non-stop from like the beginning to like, you know, it was like, and it was just so cool because, it was just in some point that she was already doing it, you know? And then I was like, well, I'm just gonna show you this. However, everyone has their own style. And this is something that I really embrace because, you know, it's not about like how you do it. I mean, it does, but you know, if the result is the same,
there's some
and
wiggle
then
room.
you just put this here and this here, you do it yourself, you know. If you feel more comfortable using the tools in this way, it's your own way, you know. It's like at the end of the day, the cocktail is gonna be made. You are gonna do these things. I'm gonna show you certain things. You're gonna learn other things from other people. So it's about like you being able to be open to get, you know, information, and then you choose, you know, what you want to do. But then suddenly she was just already like, You know, and I was just like so happy because it was the natural part of her. She was just like she listened, and then she took advice, and then she was observing what the other person was doing, and then she was just like, oh yeah, cool, and then she suddenly was just like comfortable,
Yeah.
comfortable just to do it, and then that was the part when she was comfortable, she was already doing it without noticing that she was already doing it, and I was like,
Yeah.
you know, that was just so cool because she was just under the pressure of the first day, or like all the information I'm taking in, and then she was just already having fun.
Yeah,
know?
yeah. That's
So I
like,
was
you
like-
found the unicorn, the gem.
I
you
was
know?
just like, that's really cool, you know, because it's sometimes it's like the pressure builds it. It's
Yeah.
you know, you have to multitask it, but she was doing it, and I was just like, yes. It's so pretty, you know, so pretty to watch. Yeah.
Another child, another baby.
You know, the baby's born. I love it. Yeah, I love it. I called her my child. So they are.
Proud mummy.
Yeah, I love it. It was this guy. He's amazing. Casey. So he came one day to ask for a job. He used to be like, well, he is massive. He's super tall and he was massive. And then he came and then he was so cute, like just so young, you know. And he came and was like, I want a job. And I was like, yeah, well, they have an experience. And he didn't have experience in hospital, you know. And then she gave me his CV. And I was like, yeah, I will call you like you do.
Yeah. Yep.
And then he came back 2 days after. I was like, well, you didn't call me. And I was like, oh, shit. And I was like, oh, yeah. And I was busy, you know. I was really busy. And I was just like, oh, sorry, yeah, like, blah, blah, blah. And then he came back. And then I was just like, okay, wait a second.
Yeah.
You know, like,
I can't get rid of this guy
The
now.
third time, I was just like, hey, let's just have a chat.
Yeah,
You know?
yeah.
And it was like, you obviously don't have experience, or like you have like this little experience of this and that. And then I was like, but you want to be here. Like, you have the job. Because he was like, I want to be here. I want to learn. Like, I was like, you know, like he was just so much enthusiasm. And then he was just like, you know, like super well, like dressed with his like waistcoat and stuff. And then, but he wanted to be there, you know?
Yeah.
And he got the job. And then years later, he's now in Las Vegas making amazing cocktails full of tattoos. You know, like just, it's like, it's so cool. And his brother ended up working with us in the kitchen.
Yeah, wow.
It's like, you know, like just people that makes me so proud. Like, it's like, yes.
And
you
it
know?
shows what a little bit of perseverance
Yeah, he came back.
can take you, you know.
And then I was like, yeah, I called you. I told you, you didn't call me. So I'm back.
Yeah.
That's why you got the job, dude. It was so cool. It was so cool. I love it.
I do love that. I really appreciate that. Yeah, you just
Yeah.
come back. Like,
Yeah.
I want to be here. And, you know,
He did. He
you-
did. He was like,
Yeah, hey, you got to make your own destiny, right?
absolutely.
And just, the amount of people that if they had just stopped at the first hurdle
Oh,
and never achieved anything the rest of their life, like, you know,
yeah.
you need to have that perseverance. You need to overcome obstacles and
And
grow.
be patience with ourselves, you know. Sometimes we are like the worst, like, I don't know, critics.
Yeah.
Chill. Have a margarita. Have a margarita.
Yeah, for sure.
That's super cool.
We're coming towards the end of our time. So, I normally finish on a breadcrumb mojito moment. But have I explained to you what it is?
No.
Okay, so essentially the breadcrumb mojito was the first drink I ever made behind a bar.
Okay.
And so it was down on the viaduct.
Yeah.
Would have been like 2010-ish
That is
when I
so
started.
cool.
But it was a fuck up.
Yeah.
All right, so I learnt how to make mojitos.
Yeah.
The next day was my first shift on the bar, and I was pretty much told all I'm going to have to do is make Jack Daniels and Coke. I was like, easy. So I got taught how to make a mojito. My first ever order was 8 mojitos.
Okay.
And I was like, I'm glad it's fresh in my mind.
Yeah.
I had the recipe pretty dialed in,
Yeah.
but I couldn't find sugar.
Okay.
And the bar manager said, there's definitely some sugar out the back.
Yeah.
And if you can't find white sugar, there's probably brown sugar. So I went and
love it.
found the
Okay.
brown sugar,
Yeah.
which turned out to be breadcrumbs. And I muddled those.
This is an epic story.
I muddled my breadcrumbs in my lime and poured out half a bottle of Bacardi and these 8 mojitos. And the customer said, I don't know if that's right. And, you know, cocky bartender Eric, I was like, what do you know? I'm the fucking bartender, you know. But anyway, then the bar manager was like, that's not right. And it just kind of looked like someone had vomited in the glass and put some mint in it, you know. And so I was then moved off that station back to doing dish or something like that. Yeah. And so that was my first ever sort of drink and big fuck up that I ever made in my career.
That makes sense.
Yeah.
I love it.
And so after we've sat here and talked about a lot of our... Pardon?
Did you try it?
No. I got told to just throw it out, and I was like, oh, it's weird. I mean, to be fair, I didn't even really know what a mojito was meant to taste like, so even if I did try it, I wouldn't have fucking known. But the customer knew it wasn't right, because her and her girlfriends had clearly drunk more of them than I had. They were, you know, I don't know how old they were, but probably 30s, 40s, sort of. They knew more than me, and I was a fucking retard. And so... After having sit here for, you know, an hour and a half and talked about all the fun, amazing things that we do in the bars, I like to finish on a humbling moment. And so if you could grace us with a breadcrumb mojito moment from your own career, that'd be great.
Oh my God. This is so funny. So this is how I learned how to rate label before to open a wine, right?
Okay.
So this is when I was a bar back, and I was like, I want to be in the bar, please, please. So they were like, okay, just go in the bar, shut up. And then they were like having so many beautiful wines, and then it was just like, I'm gonna learn about wine. You know? It's like, I'm doing the dishes, but I'm learning about wine. So then they have like this fridge where like was like lots of different wines, but then on the top of the bar they have like all these empty bottles when someone drink Petrus, right? So it was like, oh, Petrus, you know. So then they have all these bottles, and then one day someone came and then they were like, oh, I wanna, and I remember what they ordered. They wanted a Fuentespina from Spain that it was like not expensive, right?
Okay.
Like just normal wine, and I was like, I know what it is, and I went to the fridge and then I opened it. And I was like, can I open it? You know, just very exciting. Just very like, I want to open my wine, my first wine, whatever. So then I start opening the wine. And then the cork is a little bit like all. And I was like, I'm going to break it, you know. So then I was like opening it. And I was like, it was like cork came out. And then I break it. And then I went to my boss. And then I was like, hey, can you help me with the wine, please? And he was like, oh, yeah, cool. And he opened it. And I was like, oh, cool. And then I go, and then I just be like, to the person on the floor, I was like, hey, here you go, there's the one. And then they were just like, my boss was like, the face, he was like very brown. He was white. He was white. He was just like, he looked at me, and he was like, what the fuck, you know? And then showed me the bottle. And it was a bottle of 1979 Petrus. And I was just like,
what does that mean?
I knew that I
okay,
fucked up, but I didn't know how much. So then I was just like, it's okay. I get it. Like, it's my mistake. You have nothing. And he was just like, how this can happen, you know? Because he was just like, how did you do this? How did you manage to do this, you know? I don't know. It was my first week. And then I was like, it's okay. I talked to the guys. It's fine, you know? So then I actually called Daniel, and then Daniel was like really like a kind of boss that was like, oh, last story is empty, like, you break that story, you know. But with me, they were nice to me. You know? They were always nice to me, you know. And then we'll be there if it wasn't the other way, you know. So then it was just like, hey, you know, I did this, and I'm sorry, like just. And I was very nervous because I was like, well, fuck, it's my first job being here, like my first time working in the bar, and then I don't know how long I have to work to pay it back, but I don't care, It was just like, there are just these things, but then I was just like, hey, I opened the bottle of Patrice, and he was so excited. He's like, oh, amazing, look who bought it. And I was like, no, I opened it by mistake. I was like, nah, no one bought it. I fuck it up, and I opened it. And then he just was like, well, we're going to have Patrice tonight. And, I was so nervous. So he came in the bar and and I tried the wine another time, I didn't think that I will appreciate it the same that I do now. I was like, okay, cool, that sounds good.
Red.
Yeah. And then it came, and then I was like, hey, we need to talk about this because we sorted out, I will pay for it, we work and we pay, whatever. And he was like, Laura, see you tomorrow. You have a good night. And I was just like, no, I can't go sleep, fuck. So I came the next day. And then I was like, hey, man, I'm sorry, but, some mistakes, so I pay for it. I need to work more, whatever. Let's just find a way of me paying enough. And then he was like, look, I'm just only going to charge you a symbolic amount just for you to know how to read a label from a wine from now on. Yeah. And I paid pretty much nothing,
Yeah.
And it was a very expensive bottle of wine. Very.
Yeah.
So I couldn't, it was crazy. But he was just like, I'm just gonna, you will pay a symbolic amount just for you to make sure that you read the bottles before you open it. So it's pretty cool.
It's
pretty cool. Yeah.
A great way of handling it, from your management, and a great lesson.
I was amazing. I was just like, wow. That was great. Yeah, that was my first fuck up.
Yeah.
That's really cool. That was my red come from mojito experience.
Beautiful. This has been so much fun.
Yeah, me too, darling. Yeah. Thank you so much for inviting me, and I do love all the things that you're doing. So that's pretty cool to open your space and having the time to get to know all the people that comes through your channels, and it's pretty cool. And it's been fun, so thank you.
Hey, always a pleasure, never a chore. Every time we see each other, we have a great chat. And
no, darling. Thank you.
I've done a lot recently, and it's the amount of people that I've met and the amount of conversations that I get to have like this and learn different things about people and have shared experiences. Cool. It's really fun. It's really, really fun.
Cameras make me very nervous. It's okay. you make it zero awkward, and it was just otherwise it would be just
yeah. Well, the whole thing is meant to just be easy.
It's been so cool. So and then get to learn also more about it. So
it's been a pleasure. Thank you very much. Love you.
Happy Saturday. Love you too, darling.
See you later, everyone. Ciao.
Ciao, darlings. Epic, darling.
Right, there we go.
This is so much fun.
That's it for this week's episode of the Breadcrumb Mojito podcast. Follow us on Spotify, YouTube, Instagram and TikTok at the Breadcrumb Mojito podcast, and look out for next week's episode.